So let's go. A lot of people have been asking me about Invictus and how to play it and what's so different about it. So we're going to go over this match. I may not win, but I wanted to explain some of the key differences in the game and how to play around it and how to see a little bit more success. So unfortunately, this might be a game where we don't get that many players because it's not filling up. I'm actually... Darn. This might be a half CPU lobby. So maybe we'll talk about just like the speed aspects of Invictus mode because it's way faster than normal. I think this lobby is going to be half CPUs, unfortunately. So you can see that the game already goes a little bit faster. So nothing, I mean, if you've won a game, this is something you should probably be used to. It might make you feel slightly uncomfortable where you're like, wow, this goes like really fast. First off, kills are going to be way harder to get. So as a result, I would be very stingy in how you break lines. Because most players are not going to just give you free kills in this mode. So we have to start off that the players are better and they're not just gonna just fall over and die. So pretty much you save your line damage, the lines you send to other people, for specifically defending, or if you feel like you can unleash like a large combo that can put a lot of pressure on somebody. So doing something like this, where it's a combo, is way better than doing an isolated, you know, like Tetris clear, which is only 4 lines. So that's like really important to get kills because, like I said, no one's really just going to give you free kills unless it's like a CPU lobby, which might be the case here. So we're just going to keep building up. No reason to kind of slow down. I could do a Tetris right now, but honestly, it doesn't really add much unless I can snipe a kill. Alright, I'm gonna try to snipe. There's some people in the red. So this is where being cognizant of like your opponent's playfields and just rotating. I just made a few mistakes here. Just rotating and looking around to see if there are people even in like kill threat is gonna be like is much more important now. So I'm gonna have to just defend a bit. So there's gonna be a lot of windows where you're just going to have to break suboptimally. Just because there's just a lot more pressure in the game. So I'm doing a lot of these one-line clears just to protect myself just a bit. Doing mini combos helps a lot, and you can see that that actually deals with a lot of the damage. So being able to combo is actually really important, and this is more of a tactical kind of thing where you're just going to have to wing it. And this is where playing with a lot of 4 wides and practicing like 4 wides, 3 wides, and being able to identify how to combo becomes important because like every little line clear does matter, especially when you're defending. So I got to go off target because there's a guy that's bait stratting and sending me a lot of lines. So that will happen too. That's not new. That's something we see in normal Tetris 99 lobbies. So I'm going to build up just a bit because I don't have pressure. I'm going to do a combo though. I'm going to do 5 into 7. So that's 12 lines. It's a higher chance that it does something to somebody rather than just setting 4. So that's just my mindset on attacking. Alright, sometimes you just gotta even out your field. You see how my field's pretty uneven here. I need to flatten it just a bit, just to make it easier to work with. Flatter boards are just gonna be way easier to build around, as opposed to if it's staggered. Of course, I'm misdropping here and there. That will happen. And it will happen a lot more at the faster speeds, too. Alright, so we're at 25% up, and if you guys, this is like your first time watching, you can already tell there's gonna, other than the fact I'm like misdropping a lot, is that you're just not gonna get that early 100% up very often, unless like you're Doremi and you're bait stratting and you're just a god. So you're just gonna have to make do with less, is kind of what I'm getting at here. I'm not really feeling facing that much pressure. So like I have the liberty of building up a bit. Unfortunately, I just made some poor decisions there, but we're fine. So we can build up. Let's hopefully build a larger combo that can potentially lead to a kill. You can see that this is already like going as fast as like the final 10 in Tetris. So combos are good. You just want to maximize your DPS. And see, we got a kill there. But larger combos, if you can, it could be a luxury for you. Like if you don't really feel comfortable at these speeds, I get it. You're like, wow, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just going to try to make it to the end, and hopefully, something happens. So if you're in that position, I totally get it. The speed gets kind of rough, and so you may not want to build high, and you just might want to aim to survive. So look at the gravity here. It's not quite 20, which is, I believe, the max setting for this game, but you can already tell this is already like probably as fast as the fastest setting as a normal lobby game. And when I say normal lobby, just the regular Tetris 99 lobby, where you don't have to play Invictus. So another thing, we haven't talked about in a while, pyramid builds. Because the gravity is so fast, you want to be able to slide your pieces. So the center should always be built in a way that you can always slide your pieces to the side. So if you guys see, like I'm always able to slide my pieces. If you don't build like a pyramid, then you are in for some rough times. So sometimes you just need to do single line clears. Just be creative. Build flat, and you might have to carve down by not using your line pieces sometimes to clear lines. So do you see how I'm constantly sliding my pieces? This is just where good planning comes into play. If you've ever played any high gravity Tetris games, I think TGM immediately comes to mind, or some of the variants that come in like what was it, Tetris Effect with Master Mode. That will give you a lot of really great training and practice in how to play at these really fast gravity settings. So you see, I couldn't slide a piece there just now, just because the middle wasn't the best. But always try to emphasize building middle. And sometimes you just build suboptimally, just because you don't have a choice. I have to always go like, okay, how do I fill the middle? Put the square piece in the middle, and then constantly have an environment where I can just slide my pieces. So mini combos like this, extremely helpful. We're in the final 10. I'm not used to this. See how I slide my pieces, by the way. Max gravity, you're going to have to build like a pyramid, and always be conscious of being able to let your pieces slide. I'm not at 100% up, so and being at 100% up is not gonna. It's gonna happen sometimes, but not all the time. So you have to be able to play not having that attacker's bonus. So do you see how I'm just able to constantly slide my pieces? That's what you get when the middle is the highest. And sometimes you just gotta break just to cancel out the incoming damage. Being creative with the line breaks. And then I have to put that green piece there so that my line piece can slide to the side. All my pieces can slide. And that's like the big difference of this mode, is can your pieces slide? A lot of people are attacking me. And mini combos just to defuse the situation. So you see, there's like just like a lot of non-ideal scenarios that I encounter. I want to save that line piece. I have to do this one line break just to survive, or else I just don't break quick enough. And then I'm dead. So that's like kind of the rough part at 50% up, but hopefully that gives you some ideas. I would say if you want more practice, practice at 20 gravity, because that's going to be the biggest difficulty here. And then along with that, I would say it is a little bit uncomfortable, but you'll get used to it. So just practice and you'll get it down, I guarantee it.